When you hurt the narcissist's ego, this is how they react to make you suffer. I want to begin by expressing my gratitude for your time in watching this video. In case you're unfamiliar with the conversation here, I should explain that the narcissist is the only subject ever discussed. Just a quick note of thanks for all of your past and present help before we get started. Narcissists rarely show signs of anger or other negative emotions. An injury to the brain or a chemical imbalance could be to blame. However, narcissistic rage includes a wide range of actions, from overt displays of anger to more subtle forms of aggression like simmering resentment. It doesn't matter if the narcissist's attention is being diverted from more important topics. If they aren't the focus on it in the way they want, they may explode in wrath. When their wants and needs are ignored, narcissists can become extremely hostile or extremely passive-aggressive. It's upsetting to watch as their idealized self crumbles before their eyes. But how can this be if narcissists are the type who puts the most stock in how they appear to others? Now, I'd like to discuss the impact of narcissistic injury on the narcissist. Exactly what do they think about it if that's the case? Just what is wrong with them? Narcissistic wounds come in many forms. At each turning point, a great deal of variation in results is possible. However, I will discuss the worst narcissistic injury and their likely response to it. Emotional traumas that destroy the narcissist's sense of self-worth and pride are known as narcissistic wounds or wounded ego. This is the standard response whenever their fabricated identity is under attack. Narcissist reaction could be influenced by the severity of the wound. Still, they react the same way every time, regardless of the severity of the injury. Just so we're clear, here's how a narcissist typically reacts after experiencing narcissistic injury. The humiliation they've experienced is quickly overshadowed by the raging rage they feel inside. The narcissist will go to extremes to exact revenge. Narcissists are unable to forgive wrongs, no matter how severe. They're so broken that they can't even put on a convincing act of forgiveness anymore. Therefore, it makes no difference if they say they did it. They're plotting their revenge against you right now. Smear campaigns, which they employ both covertly and openly, are their preferred method of punishment. After insulting you, a narcissist may suddenly change into a sweet and charming person. I'm not just talking about the lifetime smear campaign here. There are narcissistic hurts that can push the narcissist to even more extreme behavior. Also, a narcissist can be knocked off their feet with a strike from which they will never recover. Where their sense of self-worth and dignity disintegrate before their very eyes, and where an overwhelming sense of guilt is triggered by the acceptance of who or what they truly are. Numerous factors can push a narcissist over the edge, and they all have something to do with the narcissist's deepest wounds. Such events would cause the greatest damage to a narcissist's fragile psyche. Here I go into detail about the three things that hurt a narcissist the most: being abandoned, being exposed, and being insulted. Those who are able to use all three of these tactics at once are the most dangerous to narcissists. Either the narcissist will go to great lengths to avoid this person out of fear, or they will become obsessed with doing whatever it takes to destroy this person. If the latter, perhaps a simple glance at the perpetrator of their pain will cause them to relax their defenses. The narcissist can no longer maintain the pretense that they like the other person and must admit that they do not. Killing them would be ideal. A narcissistic injury of this magnitude can have devastating effects on anyone, but those with narcissistic tendencies or other extreme personality traits are especially at risk. The narcissist's next move will depend on how intense their feelings are at the time. It's possible that their anxiety is leading them to feel trapped and believe there's no way out. They are more likely to avoid responsibility for their actions and continue acting normally, even if they do eventually admit fault and seek help, which rarely succeeds. If the narcissist's hatred for the target is too great to be explained away, they may take drastic action, such as hiring a hitman or placing a curse or hex on the victim. There is nothing a narcissist wouldn't do if they could convince someone else to do their dirty work for them, without any consequences. Narcissists' shadow sides are revealed when they experience emotional pain. They might hack the victim to get what they want, but that's just a ploy. Experts, however, can zero in on what's wrong and gauge the depth of the offended party's animosity. They will tell you everything just the way it is, based on what they see. A narcissist feels a wide range of negative emotions when they are hurt. Feelings of dread, anger, hatred, and embarrassment are among the most common human emotions. This only serves to reinforce the narcissist's inherent pessimism. Insult, humiliation, and abandonment all at once are too much for a narcissist to bear. Narcissistic injuries are irreparable, and this one is no exception. Narcissists are miserable, unpleasant people to be around because every put-down they receive makes them feel worse about themselves. If a narcissist is unable to exact revenge, they may lose their minds and resort to violence. Narcissists don't care about forgiveness or moving on from the pain they've caused. People become less likely to change for the better as they age because they hold on to grudges and refuse to accept reality. Someone's self-esteem has been dented, so you should give them space. Anyway, I hope you got something out of this video. Describe the other person's reaction when you hurt their ego and provide an example of a time when you did the same. I'm looking forward to seeing you again. Fill out the comment box below with your questions or thoughts. Click the bell icon to subscribe to our channel if you enjoy this video and want to see more content like it in the future. So appreciative of your thoughtfulness.
Well, hello YouTube. Welcome back in the Narcissist and Karma channel. Let's summarize today's videos. Narcissists rarely show signs of anger or other negative emotions, but they can take a wide range of action, from overt displays of anger to subtle aggression. When their wants and needs are ignored, they can become extremely hostile or passive-aggressive. Narcissistic wants come in many forms, and the typical response is to emotional traumas that destroy the narcissist's sense of self-worth and pride. The severity of the wound can influence the reaction, but narcissists typically react the same way every time. The humiliation they have experienced is quickly overshadowed by raging rage they feel inside. Narcissists are driven by a sense of self-worth and guilt, and are unable to forgive wrongs. They use smear campaign and aggressive tactics to push them to extreme of revenge. Narcissists can be knocked off their feet with a strike, and their fragile psyche can be damaged by abandonment, being exposed, and being insulted. Those with narcissistic tendencies or other extreme personality traits are especially at risk of suffering from a narcissist injury, and the next move will depend on how intense their feelings are. Narcissists are narcissistic, who avoid responsibility for their action and continue to act normally, even if they do not admit fault and seek help. If the hatred for the target is too great, they make drastic actions such as hiring a hitman or placing a curse or hex on the victim. They feel a wide range of negative emotion when they are hurt, including feelings of dread, anger, hatred, and embarrassment. This reinforces the narcissist's inherent pessimism and can lead to violence if they are unable to exact revenge. Narcissists don't care about forgiveness or moving on from the pain they have caused and become less likely to change for the better as they age. It is important to give someone else space to express themselves and their self-esteem. So, what do you think of these videos? Please share and click the like button so that our channel can continue to grow. Many thanks, have a nice day.